How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to my Black Ops 2 weapon guide video series. If you cast your mind back a few weeks, I took a look at the DSR-50 sniper rifle, and in that weapon guide I compared it to the Ballista, with it being the alternative bolt-action sniper rifle in game. I mentioned in that video that I'd be taking a look at the Ballista in more detail as part of its own weapon guide episode, so let's get started with an in-depth review of the Ballista. So like I mentioned, the Ballista is one of two bolt-action sniper rifles in Black Ops 2. You've either got the choice of that DSR-50 or the Ballista. But unlike the DSR-50, the Ballista is unlocked pretty late on at level 43, so if you're a die-hard sniper, you might want to use one of your permanent unlock tokens to keep hold of this weapon. So let's jump straight in and take a look at some of the Ballista's general features. The Ballista's damage figure comes in at 95, but when looking at sniper rifles you need to pay more attention to the damage multipliers. The different sniper rifles in game can achieve one-shot kills depending on where you hit your target. Like we mentioned with that DSR-50, it's got that one-up over the Ballista in that it can secure those one-shot kills with a headshot and body shot, whereas with the Ballista you need to be a little bit more precise with your aim and make sure you land your hit either on the head or upper body. Landing a lower torso or stomach shot with the Ballista will just leave you with a hit marker, and you'll either need a follow-up shot or a single hit with such as a pistol to finish off the enemy. If you remember back to that DSR-50 guide, the Ballista actually came out on top when comparing almost all its stats. But those damage multipliers are a crucial aspect of a sniper rifle's performance, and even though that DSR-50 lacks in magazine size and reload time, just being able to still secure that one-shot kill with a lower body shot makes it much more reliable. An interesting feature of Black Ops 2 is all the scope reticles are different between the different sniper rifles. This doesn't really matter too much in game as they all perform the same, but that little red crosshair at the centre of the Ballista's scope reticle makes it especially easy to see where to aim when your scope quickly flashes up on screen. The iron sights wouldn't usually be a feature that we'd look at as part of a sniper rifle guide, but the Ballista is a unique sniper rifle in Black Ops 2 in that it has an iron sights attachment available. And if you run this attachment, it'll clear out that scope, and in place you'll get these World at War style iron sights. You don't get this attachment until right at the end of your unlocks grind, but it's one of the features that makes the Ballista stand out as a unique weapon of Black Ops 2. But moving on, let's take a look at some more detailed stats of the Ballista. You get an extra 2 rounds in its magazine when compared to the DSR-50. 7 rounds doesn't really sound that much, but it makes a big difference in game. This is way behind the SVU's 12 rounds, but with this weapon being bolt action as opposed to one of those spammy semi-auto rifles, it's more about getting those one-shot kills as opposed to needing 3 or 4 shots for every target. You can extend that mag size to 10 rounds with the help of the extended clip attachment, with 10 rounds being more than enough for any scenario in game. Being a bolt action rifle, the rate of fire is pretty slow at 50 rounds per minute, and the Ballista comes out a tad faster than the DSR-50 with a reload time of 2.97 seconds. Another unique and quite important stat for the Ballista is its aim-in speed. It's a tad faster than all the other sniper rifles at 0.35 seconds as opposed to 0.4 seconds. Again, this doesn't sound like much, but it makes all the difference in game just being able to aim down sights and scope in that fraction of a second faster. This makes the Ballista perform better as more of an aggressive sniper rifle, meaning you can just manage to land your one-shot kill against assault rifle and SMG guys before dropping down dead. And to finish off its stats, just like all the sniper rifles, the Ballista weighs in with a 95% movement speed. So compared to the DSR-50, the Ballista's definitely got a few things going for it. It gets one up over the DSR across all its stats, as well as having those 2 unique features of that slightly faster aim-in speed as well as that iron sights attachment. The only real drawback to this weapon is those damage multipliers. It's very rare that you can survive getting a hit marker with a bolt-action sniper rifle, seeing as by the time you've either switched to your secondary weapon or cycled the weapon ready for its next round, you've already been gunned down. So this makes the Ballista a weapon that can be very frustrating for amateur snipers, but in the right hands of an accurate player it can be devastating. If you can be sure to lock on to the upper chest or head, you can make the most of all those good traits and go on a real rampage in game. Being able to scope in faster than all the other rifles, as well as having a maximum of 10 rounds to spare, means you can quite easily take on an aggressive sniper role. So with that said, let's move on and take a look at my recommendations of an attachment configuration to run the Ballista as an aggressive sniper rifle setup. One of the first attachments you'll want to run for an aggressive setup is the laser sight. Not only does this increase your hipfire accuracy to land those cool no-scope shots, but the smaller crosshairs on screen and that little red laser pointer is going to make it easier to line up your shots while scoping in. All in all, this is going to help you become more accurate in game, and as we've discussed, that's one of the crucial aspects of using the Ballista, is being able to lock onto people's heads for those one-shot kills. 7 rounds in the default magazine is decent enough, but the last thing you want when going on a killer sniper spree is to run out of ammunition, so the next attachment I'd advise is the extended clip. 10 rounds is going to be more than enough for any situation in Call of Duty, which means you're going to be able to sit back and reload on your own terms without having to take yourself out of the action or switch over to your secondary weapon. Then with the iron sights being a unique attachment for the Ballista, I'd definitely advise giving it a try. I personally think you can get better performance with the standard scope setup, but like I mentioned, the iron sights is a really good attachment for those accurate players looking to prove their marksmanship. And now I've ranked up this weapon to the max, you can be sure I'll be creating a marksman loadout with the Ballista plus iron sights sometime in the near future. So let me know your thoughts of the Ballista down in the comments. Are you a fan of this weapon, or do you prefer that DSR-50 for its reliability? As always, if you are a fan of the featured weapon, enjoyed my video or learned anything new, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up just to help spread the word and share the video with your friends. If you just stumbled across my videos, don't forget you can subscribe to stick around for plenty more of these Black Ops 2 weapon guides. And if that marksman loadout sounds intriguing, subscribing is going to be the best way to check that out. With both the DSR-50 and the Ballista ticked off on these weapon guides, let me know which of the semi-auto sniper rifles you'd like to see me cover next. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.